intriguing is that my lupus rash is super out today, so day 3 of the Diamox begins August 3rd. It's kind of nice that I started the beginning of August because it's being hella easy to track. So, but waking up today with my lupus rash out, I'm like, I feel like an end, and it's just a matter of getting a doctor to see what I'm seeing, which is quite obvious, which is that it feels like and seems like the lupus is the culprit here. That I've had this rare version of lupus of the brain, and so, yeah. So off we go. A couple of, like, low-key things, like I'm in the group, this support group for IIH, and it's actually the most fantastic support group for any of the diseases I've been in. Usually I don't tend to hover, and this one I'm watching every day because the people are very concise, very clear, no negativity, being positive towards each other, like, you've got this, you've got this. It's just the most amazing. These people that are in this group with this disease are incredible. Just completely incredible. But a couple of new things, like, people are bringing up, like, I think they call it CF, which must stand for cerebral fluid, which the spinal fluid, when it's around the brain, is cerebral fluid, but a CF leak. And I'm like, the heck is that? And, like, they're talking about it, like, up behind their sinus area. So I'm like, totally, like, looking back and forth, like, what? Because I've had a weird leak in my nasal passage for almost my entire adult life, where it causes, like, throat stuff and whatnot. And it's like, so was this why they couldn't figure it out? Because, like, my brain is springing leaks, and apparently it's quite common. So and, of course, I haven't seen my doctor yet. She did preemptively have an appointment for shortly after. So I see her in, like, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But, apparently, there are a lot, like, this is not just like, oh, okay, take medications. This is like, people are getting spinal punctures, the lumbar punctures all the time to remove the fluid. People are, like, definitely getting the shunts very commonly. It's like, what did I walk into with this? I mean, it's not like I asked for it or bought it and paid for it. It's like, bestowed upon you is this new disease, Catherine, and it'll be okay. No, it's not okay, but I feel like I'm handling things a little bit well, at least in this moment. So I'm going to share the weirdness that I am feeling as I move into this 3rd day of taking this treatment. So the treatment for the IIH, which is to purge, it's a diuretic, but not a diuretic like Lasix or Diazide for fluid. Like, I already take those for lymphedema. This is specific to purge spinal fluid, which is just a crazy thought that I need spinal fluid purged from my spine and my brain. I think that it is this is definitely the biggest thing, the most concerning thing. And you're talking to a woman who in my 20s was dealing with my right kidney becoming so inflamed from lupus and inflammation that it would start shutting down to only working 25%. And I would have to bed rest because it was like 5 times its regular size and at risk of toppling and at risk of me losing my kidney. So I've been in the trenches since I was about 18 years old. But even before that, like, there was a lot that went on in my childhood that my doctors were like, yeah, that was probably the lupus. That was probably the arthritis. It was probably, you know, whatever. So things of the day. Number one, I'm about to go into my support group because I don't know who else to ask, and I don't want to call my doctor or not call my doctor or go to a hospital. But I think that I might have sprung a spinal fluid or a cerebral fluid leak in my nose that they talk about, because I have a weird taste in my mouth and I can literally feel fluid like leaking down behind my eyes, behind my sinus. And not gonna lie, I'm not like, oh my God, this is happening. Like I said, I've been through so much. That's like, don't take my calmness during all this as that it's not worrisome to me. It's just like, I can't, I live by the mantra of not giving energy more than I have to things that I can't control, and I can't control this. So, you know, yes, I do cry sometimes. Yes, I do get disheartened sometimes, but fear is like, what am I not going to be afraid of? Like, if I lived in a fear zone, I wouldn't be living. Like, I don't know how, but I guess it's just because it's been one thing after the other my entire life. So I take a page from Simba and I laugh in the face of danger. Sorry, sometimes you have to laugh not to cry. So what the other thing is I can literally feel like, how can I explain this? Have you ever like gone to the beach or gone in a pool, gotten out on a hot sunny day, and you feel the water evaporating from your skin? Like, I feel like, and hear like in my brain up here today, and I'm like, oh, so that's interesting. But yeah, purge fluid, purge. So that's where I'm at around 9 a.m. on Saturday, August 3rd. Day 3. 1:35 on August 3rd. I just woke back up around like 9-ish. Went to sleep because I'm like, my body felt like it was crashing, and rest is your friend. Really hoping. So my husband was a huge part of my remission success last time, and something shifted in him in the last 4 years, and I'm just like, just so everybody knows, I'm just being honest. He just got up and at 1:30, I'm like, he's like, well, I'm tired because I worked all week. And I'm like, that's really not how it works. Said no adults in the world. But so ending day 3, notes from today. For certain, a lot of drainage. still going on. Started the day with a raging lupus rash. It's a little better now. Definitely back to loss of appetite. I had a pretty insatiable appetite for the first 2 days. However, then I remembered that I was on a very high dose of steroids. So the steroids are tapering off, definitely, seeing as I hadn't eaten all day and wasn't hungry at all. My daughter bought me a salad, a Cobb salad from Chick-fil-A, and I had maybe a fifth of salad, like maybe 1 cup of salad and a yogurt, because it's definitely important for nutrients. A little behind on my water today, so I'm disappointed on that, but it was a rough family day. I started the week with COVID, and well, they weren't sure if I had COVID. I tested negative, but my doctor thinks I had that and strep, and my daughter's now sick, and my husband is just like, I don't know. Anyways, not having the support system that I need. I mean, my daughter works 60 hours a week, so she does her best, and she's 19, and she also has lupus and a few other medical conditions. She has lupus, she has celiac. So anyways, just kind of trying to make it through the weekend at this point, but medication all on board. I feel like I'm over like the hump with the strep and whatever else I had, and but so far I'm happy I started the Diamox. So day 3, success. I didn't take pictures, but I was down another 3 pounds this morning. My doctor and my lymphedema specialist are pretty positive. And not only that, but going back and reflecting, I think I said this in another video, that back in 2018, for those who follow my story, when I had my last remission after a major flare-up, where I also had fluid, where they only thought that it was lupus, but again, it hasn't been said yes or no, but the probability, you would think, is that the lupus is in my brain, and it's triggering this in my case, just because this is all happening during lupus flare-ups. And so the thought is that the pressure on my brain is actually also pressing on my lymph that's in from my lymphatic system, which I guess is the main part that's in my brain, and suppressing it, and that's like a trigger reaction. So I mean, we'll see, we'll know soon as the pressure comes off my brain. So yeah, so that's it. On to day 4.